According to Wikipedia, crowdfunding is a burgeoning practice of funding a project or venture by raising monetary contributions from a large number of people, typically via websites such as Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Crowdfunding provides people who have brilliant ideas with the opportunity to bring their creative projects to life. Let us take Kickstarter as an example. According to its website, Kickstarter is a platform full of creative projects created by ordinary people. Project creators can upload a video and write a description of their projects to persuade others to pledge money to put the project into reality. Of course, they have to set a funding goal and deadline, and it's an all-or-nothing situation. Projects must reach their funding goals to receive any money. Moreover, Kickstarter itself doesn't involve in the development of the project. Creators keep 100% ownership of their work. Backers do not profit financially as well, but most of the time, creators will provide rewards for backers. For examples, backers can get a copy of the finished work. Such platform belongs to Web 2.0, which is characterized by crowd wisdom and peer-supported. Obviously, Kickstarter takes full advantage of these features. The rapid growth of this website also indicates that the concept of crowdfunding has already penetrated into all walks of life. First, let us take a look at the independent and freelance journalism powered by new media. In today's digital age, as Hunter mentioned, journalists are using crowdfunding platforms, such as Kickstarter, to fund for various aspects of their independent journalism, including online and print publications, covering travel expenses for freelance work, purchasing or replacing equipment, etc. They are actually seeking financial and editorial independence in order to get autonomy from legacy media and report stories, which would not be covered by it. Since there is no longer editorial control, it seems that journalists are the ones who take advantage of the community and earn more freedom to act like a watchdog. However, according to Hunter, it turns out that journalistic autonomy and objectivity is troubled by the fact that journalists feel a potentially conflictive responsibility towards their funders. It's reasonable that journalists always want their works are found worthwhile by their funders, in order to further maintain their relationship, so consciously or unconsciously, they are trying to meet funders' interests. Just like Murto reported, reporters felt a very strong connection with the people who donated to them, and a sense that funders are investors who cannot be let down. In this situation, the audience is now an investor in the news, and they are in a position of power, so they are potentially shaping the content of the news. Therefore, the content of the news might be less accurate and comprehensive. This time, audience themselves become the wall blocking them from knowing the reality. In a nutshell, crowdfunding is not a good way to look for independent journalism. The potential restrictions still exist, due to the uncertainty of the relationship between funders and journalists. This communication pattern is not as effective as expected in terms of bringing stories that are hidden by legacy media into public attention. The information is still cooked. The second topic I would like to introduce is a special form of fandom in today's digital age. According to Scott, fandom is an inherently emotional experience. In the old days, the producers work while the fans follow. Fans are separated from the process of creation. However, nowadays digital technology and World Wide Web can facilitate and channel that emotion into new avenues, that is, new media change the relationship between producers and consumers. Paul Booth termed this new concept as thematic fandom. SPEM is a combination of space and time, which indicate that time is used as a new dimension to measure and project, since generative potential of fandom no longer just appear at specific moments of reception, but rather becomes an essential part of the entire process of creation. Fans are always participating through new media, from start to finish. In this case, consumers and producers are supporting each other and collaborate with each other. Actually, consumers and producers are gradually becoming convergent within the participatory culture. Scott also came up with a new term, financing, which is a combination of the word fan and finance. He suggests that financing is a kind of transformative intervention, in which marginalized voices have an opportunity to speak back to mainstream media industries, and potentially transform them as a result. It is new media and the convergence culture powered those marginalized voices. However, in this case, consumers are not really engaged in controlling the content of the product. As Ian Bogost mentioned, crowdfunding is not about paying for a product, but rather to be a part of the process, and accordingly when consumers are faced with the reality of these products, disappointment is inevitable. Therefore, we can conclude that although crowdfunding creates a chance for marginalized voice to send a message to mainstream and change them, fans are not being served attentively. In conclusion, crowdfunding is a brand new channel that powered by new media. Individuals are provided with huge opportunity to turn their ideas into reality. However, problems still exist, either in terms of journalism or funding. The future of crowdfunding is largely depending on whether the relationship between creators and funders can be more convergent and compact.